Good morning, students. Students, imagine that you are attending a lecture, but at the end of it, you can't really remember what was taught. Have you ever experienced this? Have you wondered why this happens? You might have noticed that there were a number of thoughts going through your mind. Maybe you are worrying about some upcoming event, daydreaming, or thinking about some other subject. Whatever may be the reason for not paying attention, it may be said that you are performing the task in a mindless manner. Then, what is mindfulness? The mindfulness refers to a state of awareness. It is a type of mental alertness and plays an important role in increasing the accuracy of performing any task. Mindfulness is the basic human ability to be fully present, aware of where we are and what we are doing, and not overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around us. Students, you're feeling overwhelmed? Remember RAIN. R. Recognize what is going on. A. Allow the experience to be there just on it is. I. Investigate with kindness. N. Natural awareness which comes from not identifying with the experience. Mindfulness helps to focus on here and now. The next time you are feeling stressed out, overwhelmed, or unsure, reach for a moment of calm awareness. A mindfulness snack. Here how to do it. Snack. Stop, notice, accept, curious, and be kind. It means living in the present and being fully engaged in the task that you are performing rather than ruminating about the past or entertaining anxieties and wishful thinking about future. Students, mindfulness is maintaining moment by moment awareness of our thoughts, feelings, bodily sensation and surrounding environment. It is very important to have happiness in our life. Mindlessness means performing a task with less concentration and little awareness of what is going on in the present. Students, mindlessness plays a role in making us victims of our own unconscious habits. For example, you might find yourself checking social media or playing on your phone multiple times in a day without realizing it, or eating even when you're not hungry. This could be undesirable habits that are automatically triggered by some internal or external cues such as boredom, stress, etc., and they are difficult to break. Mindfulness can help break such unhelpful behaviors. When you are mindful, you are aware of when and why you are performing behavior. Awareness of our actions make it easier to control the habit. This will in turn help increase our mental and psychological well-being. Now, what is mindfulness meditation? Meditation is one of the ways in which mindfulness can be increased. The basic idea of mindfulness meditation begins with the awareness that most of our working consciousness is dominated by a steady stream of unexamined thoughts and feelings. Mindfulness meditation involves opening up or becoming more alert to the continuous passing stream of thoughts, images, emotions, and sensations without identifying oneself with them. Such practice helps in developing a non reactive state of mind, which is the foundation of calm and peaceful state of mind. Here, the person becomes alert to the entire field of consciousness. Students, in mindful meditation, you sit in a comfortable position with eyes closed. Maintain your focus on your breath. If the thoughts try to pull your attention, simply notice them without passing any judgment about it. Do not get obsessed over the content of the thoughts or do not go along with it. Do not even struggle to stop them. Rather, Gently return your focus on the breath again. Practicing such mindfulness meditation daily helps to reduce anxiety, stress, and frustration and enhances mental well being and happiness. Now, what are the 7 things mindful people do differently? Number 1, approach everyday things with curiosity and savor them. Number 2, forgive their mistakes, big or small. Number 3, show gratitude for good moments and grace for bad ones. Number 4, practice compassion and nurture connection. Number 5, make peace with imperfection, inside and out. Number 6, enhance vulnerability by trusting others and themselves. And number 7, accept and appreciate that things come and go. Students, have you heard about the story of Mary Kom, Indian boxer who struggled hard to overcome them and win multiple medals for the country? In similar way, think of someone you know who has faced a challenging situation in their life and was successfully able to deal with it. There are people around you who have been able to successfully overcome hardships to lead a fulfilling and productive life. The ability to recover from adversity is resilience. Resilience is the act of bouncing back or resisting cracking under pressure. According to APA, resilience is the process of adapting well in the face of adversity, trauma, tragedy, threats, or significant sources of stress, such as family and relationship problems, serious health problems, workplace and financial stresses. When people are faced with adverse condition, there are various ways in which they may approach the situation. First one, they may react with anger and consider themselves as victims. Secondly, they may collapse and get overwhelmed by negative emotions like fear, anxiety, distress, etc. And number 3, they may simply become upset about the disruptive change. Rather than just waiting for things to happen, they actively try to make their goals reality. Instead of falling into despair or hiding from problems, with unhealthy coping strategies, they face life's difficulties head on. Students, resilience helps us to recover from setbacks and move ahead with our life. Some people who are low on resilience tend to get overwhelmed by the challenges and experience emotional distress. It is seen that in such times they do not feel confident about their abilities and might feel bitter, angry, or anxious with life. On the other hand, individuals high in resilience after a period of disturbance are able to recover and regain their confidence to move forward in life. It is also linked to maintaining psychological well-being and positive emotions. Now let us go through the 7 C's of resilience. Resilience is not a trait that people either have or do not have. Anne Maston calls it ordinary magic. So this ordinary magic is based on 7 special factors, and they are: number 1, competence. It is acquired through actual experience. Confidence is strong belief in one's own abilities. Number 3, connection. Family is the central force in an individual's life. Connection with other people, schools and communities gives the individual a sense of security. Next one is character. An individual with character has a strong sense of self-worth and confidence. Number 5, contribution. An individual who understands the importance of personal contribution develops a sense of purpose that can motivate him. Next one, coping. A person who learns to cope effectively with stress is better prepared to overcome life challenges. And the last one, control. When an individual realizes that he can control the outcomes of his decisions an action, he is more likely to know that he has the ability to bounce back. Now, there are different types of resilience. Number 1, psychological resilience. People who show psychological resilience develop coping strategies and capabilities that enable them to remain calm and focused during stressful situations and move on without prolonged negative consequences. Number 2, emotional resilience. It refers to the ability to cope emotionally with stress and adversity. Number 3, physical resilience. It is a person's ability to function and recover when faced with illness, accidents, or other physical demands. And number 4, community resilience. Community resilience refers to the ability of groups of people to respond to and recover from adverse situations such as natural disasters, acts of violence, economic hardship, and other challenges to their community. Students, there are 7 ways to improve resilience. Number 1, active choices. Number 2, the right people. Number 3, believe. Number 4, feel better. Number 5, some stress is important in life. Number 6, flexibility and adaptation. And number 7, perspective. Let us go to the quote on mindfulness. It says, mindfulness isn't difficult. We just need to remember to do it. I repeat, mindfulness is not difficult. We just need to remember to do it. Let's go through the quote for resilience. I'm not afraid of storms, for I'm learning how to sail my ship. I'm not afraid of storms, for I'm learning how to sail my ships. Students, in this lesson, we have tried to understand a special outlook towards positivity in life. Let us go to the question answers. Please come to page number 107. Complete the following statements. Question number 1. Answer is seligman. Second, build. Third, optimism. 4, empathy. Question number 2. Match the pairs. A, resilience. Answer is overcome hurdles. B, mindfulness. Answer is state of awareness. C, positive psychology. Answer is positive aspects of life. D, happiness. Answer is increase optimism. Question number 3, 1. Page number 98. Answer is in column number 2. Question number 3, 2. Answer is on page number 102. Column 2, third paragraph. Question number 3, 3. Page number 104. Column 1, second paragraph, third line onwards. Question number 4, write short notes on. 4.1, page number 97. Please listen to the video to mark your answer. Question number 4.2, page number 99, from A to F. Question number 4.3, page number 100, column 2. Question number 4.4, page number 101 and 102, points from 1 to 6. Question number 5, explain the following concepts. First one, page number 96, column 2, third paragraph. Question number 5, second, page number 100, column 2, first paragraph. Question number 5.3, 101, column 1, second paragraph. Question number 5.4, page number 102, column 2, third paragraph. Question number 5.5, page number 106.4. Question number 6, answer the following questions in 150 to 200 words. First one, what are the essential building blocks of resilience? Students, write the definition of resilience and then the answer is on page number 105. Second one, recollect the most challenging situation you faced in your life. This is a self-response question. Go through the 7 C's of the resilience. Question number 7 is a self-study question. Question number 8 is a case study. In this case study, make use of 7 C's of resilience and information learned about empathy and optimism. Students, go through the lesson thoroughly and prepare the answers for the questions. So far, we have finished the 8 lessons. My next video will be discussing how we are going to revise the entire syllabus. Thank you, students. Have a nice day.